Due to mature subject matter, viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, wild animals, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Jarrett, and this is our first YouTube video.
Yay!
So we're a variety channel. We're going to cover many topics in every video.
Yep.
So sit back, relax, and get ready to sip your tea. Oh, that's still nasty.
It is not.
It's gross. All right. So in each video, the breakdown is as follows. World news,
There's plenty of that.
celeb gossip,
Ooh, juicy.
interracial dating,
We know a little something about that. Just a little.
and then, of course, we're going to have other topics that flow throughout, such as Name of the Week, where Ben gets his name.
Oh, God, wait.
Followed by things that make us say, And then, of course, our weekly relationship meme you'll get every week, so check for that. And then we're going to finish out with our final segment of the week. On Mondays, it's going to be our recommendation station, which is where we recommend things to you, such as cool books, cool ideas, maybe some shows you haven't seen.
We have
maybe
good taste.
We do. Maybe even some recipes that you haven't tried yet. So stick around for that. And then, of course, on Fridays.
Oh, what's on Friday?
Fridays is going to be where I give my relationship or weekly advice for you guys to help you get through your week and figure out things a little bit easier.
You did
So-
good advice.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I do. So stick around, stay tuned for our show, and hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And yeah, so first up is world news. Take it over to Ben.
All right. We all know there's a lot of world news all the time for us to consume. I'd like to start by talking about the strike on Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general. He was in an airport in Baghdad, Iraq. Trump says he wasn't supposed to be out of Iran, but his assassination of Soleimani has caused kind of an outcry among Iranians and in the Middle East in general. Iraq, the country he was in, didn't get any warning that he was going to be assassinated. So they're not too happy with the United States, and they want all of our forces gone. That is according to the Washington Post. USA Today is also reporting that 530,000 mourners were at Soleimani's funeral.
Yeah, I saw that. They had like a big death toll as well, right? Like a lot of people got trampled and
Yes,
killed there. I
at
saw
my
something about
last
that
check,
too.
there were 32 people that got killed in that stampede because there were so many. Emotions are running really high in Iran right now, and clearly here too.
Yeah.
It's widely expected that Iran will retaliate against us. Mourners at the funeral were chanting "Death to America."
Yeah, and with that, it just kind of piggyback off that. One thing that I found about Trump is that he is very much a doer. He makes statements and he wants to, in his mind, and physically follow through with those statements because he wants his supporters to believe that he is really about what he says he's about. Which in most cases is probably a great thing. However, in this particular case with this particular president and this particular presidency, he's done some things without consulting his advisors, his appointees, people that he's put in very integral, important spaces to make sure that, when these things do happen, that he is being informed to the highest degree so that he can make these important decisions that affect millions of Americans. And I think part of the problem with him, and part of the problem that a lot of people have with him as our president of the United States of America, is that he doesn't feel like he makes methodical decisions. He very much seems like he's off the cuff. And so we as a people, anybody with good sense, feels that he's putting us in danger. I mean, even if it is some puny place like Iran, who doesn't.
I wouldn't say Iran's puny.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, our military force can clearly go over there and handle their business. Is what I'm saying. But even if it's somewhere fairly unimportant to the United States of America, like Iran, it doesn't.
I wouldn't say Iran is unimportant either. Everywhere in the Middle East is a strategic move for all countries.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, as an American, Iran is the last thing on my brain, which I feel like most people probably feel that way.
Let us
Now,
know.
in the early 2000s, yes, like we were all about weapons of mass destruction. Bush is like, we got to stop them. We got to destroy that place. It's evil. Terrorists are there, blah, blah. So we were all, get them. But we've seen, especially during Obama's presidency, how our military is kind of pulled out of those regions. Now, we still have those small areas, but for the most part, we have pulled out, is very small numbers of American soldiers there anymore. But with this whole Soleimani deal, I feel like it has really re-embroiled people's ideas about Iran and really brought them back into the forefront of American
consciousness.
Yeah, of American consciousness.
Oh, for sure.
So.
We're all aware. We're keeping an eye on the situation. We know Iran is expected to attack, and we don't know what will happen to, our people in the Middle East and in those military bases. So we are hoping for the best, and we are hoping for our country to protect everyone.
Praying for our soldiers. And just a quick tidbit on that too. I've seen a lot of memes going around. I have quite a few friends who are in the military, and quite a few friends who are spouses of military members. And we just want to say that we do support our military here at the Ben and Jarrett show. So I understand, they're upset by the memes. However, I do want to also say that we do live in a culture that is very much meme driven. And so I don't feel like people are doing it in a way to disrespect. They're more doing it out of
it's kind of like anxiety sometimes.
Yeah, to
relieve
to
that.
decompress, to make light of. So I understand both sides of the spectrum on why somebody would be upset by these memes, and then also why somebody would feel the need to make the meme in the first place. So I mean, I can definitely understand how both parties are feeling. But as I said, we'll stay on this topic and report, as it unfolds. And then, so what else is going on in Warmers?
The bushfires in New South Wales, Australia, are absolutely ravaging the land there. It's estimated that a third of the koala population has been decimated because of the fire. The Washington Post was reporting area about the size of West Virginia has just been demolished in Australia.
Yeah, I saw a map that was flipped upside down, blew me away. It was flipped upside down and it was placed on top of America. And it was actually the full span of Australia setting on top of America, which is quite close to our actual size, believe it or not. And it showed how much of that region was burning. Yeah. And it pretty much showed that had it been America, the entire outward line of our country would have been in flames. The entire outline. And then the middle of the country, up until about where I'd say Utah falls, would be in flames as well, just not as bad as the outside. So it's a really, really big thing in Australia. So we're definitely keeping our prayers and sending our love out to Australia. I mean, it's one of the worst wildfires in history of the world.
I think the Washington Post also reported the California fires only amounted to about a sixth of what the Australian New South Wales bushfires have decimated. Lots of animals dead. Very, very sad.
Yeah. If you've not seen the pictures, I mean, you should really go look at. I mean, there are pictures of entire fields of kangaroo just completely burned to a crisp. It is unimaginable. So, at this point, it's very hard for anybody who knows anything about the environment to debate that climate change is real. I mean, you can disagree with it, but the facts are just, they're overwhelming. And
let's see. The Washington Post also reported that according to scientists, Australia, that region has experienced a 2.7 degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature since the year 1950. So
it's very obvious that global warming has played a role. Shout out Greta Thunberg.
Doing good work.
Making changes.
Young people are going to change the world for the better. So,
what else is going on?
Let's not talk about the sad stuff. We can talk about the Golden Globes. That was fun.
Oh yeah, so some celebrity news and gossip. Yeah. So what was going on in the Golden Globes? Winners, dresses, gowns. What was that?
Brad Pitt won for supporting actor in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I have not seen. It's supposed to be good. Anybody that has watched that, let us know. I know the list of nominees for supporting actor when I looked. Don't quote me, but when I looked, it looked to be just a group of white men. you know, I don't know what else, you know, was nominated, but seemed pretty homogenous. That's the Golden Globes. Ricky Gervais commented on it. He had, of course, an incredibly offensive monologue, which he tends to do, but I think this is his last year hosting. Let's see. The show Succession won for Best Drama. Haven't watched that either. Something exciting, Awkwafina, the first Asian woman to win a Golden Globe, so we're definitely proud of you here. We love to see people of color be represented in the media. And then as far as outfits, I was underwhelmed.
Really? Underwhelmed. So I saw a picture of Beyonce's gown. It was like the gold with the black. It was nice.
Don't talk bad about her on this show.
It was nice, but it was very plain Jane, very much not what I would expect out of Beyonce.
I am trying to get comments from the Beehive.
I mean, Beehive, don't come for me. Please don't. Because for one, I'm not the one. But for two, I love Beyonce. I'm a big Beyonce supporter.
We love Beyonce.
I mean, she is just done things like no other celebrity has, especially in the realm of social justice. You know, using her music to make that influence.
Her platform.
Yeah, her platform. And so yeah, no, I'm a big Beyonce supporter, but the dress I wasn't here for. It was just very, very plain Jane. I mean,
that's how I feel like most of them were.
Like, I saw Jennifer Lopez's dress, and I saw they were reading her for filth.
What were they saying?
Comparing her to a traditional Mexican Barbie doll with the big bow. They have like these dolls. I can't remember the name of them. If you guys know the name of them, drop down in the comments below. But yeah, they're these traditional dolls that, you know, the Mexican culture has. A lot of my Hispanic friends were the ones posting these memes of her, and so I thought it was funny because I'd never heard of these dresses or saw these dolls before until they posted them. So, but yeah, they were giving her the business.
Did you see Kerry Washington? I thought she looked really good. I think she really kind of pushed the boundary.
I love Kerry Washington.
Exposed. I thought she looked really good. Billy Porter, as always, was just phenomenal. We love Billy Porter.
I love Billy Porter. I'm not always a fan of Billy Porter's fashion choices.
You would be in a minority of opinion there, I believe.
I mean, I would consider myself fairly decent at styling myself and other people. And I just haven't been a fan of some of the things he's done. Like, I didn't like the whole Egyptian thing he wore at the one award show. I wasn't a fan of that.
It's iconic.
I did like the tuxedo, like, kind of tuxedo dress thing. I loved that kind of, like, broke... You know, the norm and the stereotype for what men are expected to wear at those types of events. But this most recent one at the Golden Globes, I didn't like that one either. I saw a picture
of it.
I wasn't a fan.
I loved it because he can do no wrong in my book, and I will stand everything he does. But there wasn't anything I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, that just blew me away.
Exactly. Like, there was no Met Gala type. I mean, and granted, it's the Met Gala. It's not the Golden Globes. But there was nothing that stuck out where I would see it on the red carpet and go, wow, that person has really come to make a show, to have a grand entrance, you know. So,
you know what? I actually did. Did you see Priyanka Chopra?
I did not.
She was like really old school Hollywood glam. She had a pink gown with a low neckline and like jewels. It wasn't like, wow, that's pushing the envelope, but it was very pretty and very well done. I think she was one of the best dressed.
Shout out to you, Priyanka.
I thought she looked absolutely stunning. Loved her outfit for that. And
what's going on in other celebrity news?
DaBaby was arrested, reportedly assaulting his promoter. But what had happened was, apparently this promoter shorted him 10 grand from a show he did, and DaBaby and his crew allegedly kind of assaulted him a little bit and maybe stole his iPhone.
So, I'm a fan of DaBaby's. I like his music. I've liked a lot of features he's had. I think he's blowing up and really making a name for himself. However, if this is true, shame on you, DaBaby. And the only reason I say that is because it's 10 grand. Like, is that what you said, 10 grand?
That's what was being reported.
That to him is like probably something he wipes his ass with. So I don't know why he
Maybe it's about the principle.
I mean, yeah, I get the whole principle. You're a rapper, but for that insignificant amount of money, 10 grand to him, I'm sure, is like $50 to us. Now, granted, we're broke.
Broke, honey.
But, you know, that's not a whole lot of money. So I don't think I would go to jail over principle, but I do understand it's the rap game. You know, you gotta have your street cred and your respect.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, maybe that's why he did it, but...
He's out now on $1,500 bond, and he posted...
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a serious charge. He did say on his Instagram, "To whom it may concern, please stop talking to me about that weak-ass 48 hours I spent in jail. That failed attempt to break my spirits and interrupt the path I'm on to my God-given success." So I'm here for him.
I'm here for the baby.
Make your money. Make your money, baby.
Make your money, but make good decisions. And then you won't have to post shit like that on social media.
Beat up the promoter, get some cred. If he got enough money, get some lawyers. He'll be fine.
Look, in 2020, I want to see black success. I want to see black intelligent business money moves. What I don't want to see is that shit. I don't want to see that. I've had enough of that. We know what that's like. You know, it's not appealing anymore. You can be a successful rapper like Jay-Z or like Dame Dash or like Nas. You know, these are people
Jay-Z
who
still
are
got his,
in the... Yeah, but
he
Jay-Z...
still got his street cred.
But Jay-Z's not on all that foolishness.
Not anymore.
What I'm saying is... Just let me finish. What I'm saying is that people like Jay-Z, Nas, you know, those big names who are really a force in rap now, P. Diddy, you know, were making those decisions that the baby were making at some point. But they have moved on. They are now in a phase of their career where that level of success does not require this kind of behavior. I feel that the baby could easily reach their level of success if he would make smart decisions.
I mean, he's young. Let him live.
He's young, but just because you're young don't mean you have to be young and dumb.
He gets a full pass from me.
He gets no pass from you. Do better, black men. Moving on.
Interracial dating.
Interracial dating.
So, since it's January, we just had Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, the whole nine. We spent it with each other's family, and we've done that for a few years now, so it wasn't new this year, clearly. But I always love doing that and seeing your family, and it's really interesting to see the differences in, you know, the white and black holiday experience.
For one difference that I'm like certain of is the food.
Oh, for sure. No
So
doubt.
we love you, Harlans. I'm not knocking my Harlans,
I
which
love
is
you, family.
It's family. But what I've noticed as far as black people's get-together versus white people's get-togethers, black people cook a smorgasbord of
Yes.
food. I mean, we have, like, this table is not a very big table that we have here. There's like 3 or 4 of these tables at most black people's events. Because, for one, multiple family members are bringing in dishes. And then, of course, you got, you know, the hot plates, because we set out hot plates keep shit hot. I don't know why people do, but we set out hot plates and, you know, stuff to keep things hot because we want to eat the food hot. But there's so much of it, you can't heat it all up on the stove. So, you know, that's one thing that I definitely have noticed because your family, you know, it's smaller portions.
It's a small, you know, we have the small dish. Everybody brings a little dish. It's small. It's in their little Pyrex. You clean it out. You take it home when you leave.
Right.
You know, you got a little stuff in here and some turkey here. And, you know, you got the mashed potatoes. And that's about it. And we just kind of, that's all.
Yeah. It's cute. It's quaint.
No, not that it's quaint.
I love you, Harlan. It's quaint. I appreciate it. And I think I'm not knocking anybody's tradition. Let me say that. But what I'm saying is I have noticed those differences among the food at the holiday time.
Oh, for sure.
Also, one big difference that me and you were talking about the other day is just kind of some of the words we use and some of the words we say.
Yes.
Like how I say auntie, most black people say auntie, and he says auntie. Most white people say auntie. So that's definitely a big difference too. And then a lot of times in my family, I don't know if this is in most black culture, but I believe it is because it's like a sign of respect for us. We say auntie so-and-so, uncle so-and-so. You know, whereas in his family, I've noticed he just calls his aunt or uncle their first name.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever called my uncles or aunts uncle this or aunt this. Sometimes I even call my parents by their first name.
Which is crazy to me. I would never call my mother Patricia. Never.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, hey Kathy, hey Phil, I mean.
My mama would choke me down. I'm talking about full on choke me down. So that's definitely something that, I
think that's a white black thing.
That is
yeah, and like, so, but when I'm over with your family, I'll call, like, your aunt, I say auntie. But I don't say auntie because that's not natural to me. And it feels, Like, I don't know, I don't want to feel forced, but I do that because, that's what everybody does, and I don't want, because I feel like it would be disrespectful within the context.
Yeah, definitely. I've noticed that we have, some interesting differences interracially, especially around the holidays, which is something that is very big for, I think, both of our families.
Yeah.
To clarify and close out our segment on our interracial crazy relationship, both celebrations are wonderful. They are beautiful in their own way. They are great for what they are. However, there are differences. And next week, when we come back with our next show, we're going to talk about some more of those differences. I think that we should really talk about the whole stigma of why gay black men and gay white men don't date.
Ooh, that's a whole video on that one.
And that's tea.
That's tea.
So now, here's a part of our show where Ben gets his name of the week.
Are you done? Can you stop?
Anyways.
My nerves.
You love me, you know it.
I guess.
So, this week, I'm gonna name Ben.
Wish me luck. It's gonna be something raggedy, I'm sure. That face, though. So extra.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Oh, not sounding like New York. Don't I look scrumptious? I do look scrumptious.
Ain't nobody say all that. I just said your nickname was Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Are you mad that I'm scrumptious?
Anyway.
Oh, well, anyway, what made you say this week?
So what made me say
What did it to
this
you?
week? There is a new trend going around.
What is it? What is this trend?
People are cutting the inside of their earlobes out. I'm talking about this part, y'all. The inside part, like right in here, in the crevices, in the crevices, and the crunkuses, right in here. They are cutting it out and leaving just the outer lobe of their ear. This is
a damn lie.
No, I'm serious. This is a new fashion trend, or a new trend, whatever, what have you, where people are doing this to like be in the now. I saw this the other day. It is really going on.
I mean, I wouldn't personally do it. To each their own. Who am I to judge?
I mean, at this point though, if you're stretching out your ear, the bottom of your earlobe to fit a gauge that is the size of my fist, cutting the inside out, I guess what difference is that,
Who am I to judge? Live your life. If you want to cut your earlobe out and your ear and this and that, and it ain't my place. Do you?
You look like a damn fool.
Okay. Well, what made me say, this week is working 40 hours a week, and that's just it. That's just that.
No!
That's just tea. Anybody in the comments that work 40 hours a week, you know the struggle. It sucks. Like, 40 hours is too much. There is no need for me to be up in that place for 40 hours. There is nothing I can do that's going to be that helpful. And that is some of the most awful shit I ever done. And that's tea.
I mean, not saying that working doesn't suck, because it does, but at least you don't have to work 16-hour shifts.
Okay, what we're not gonna do today, again, is play this, oh, I work 16-hour shifts, I work harder than you, No, we're not gonna play the Olympics of who has the more physically demanding job.
So,
I'm tired of that.
I'm not going to inform you all of what we do for a living, because that ain't none of your business. However, what I am gonna say is that my job is very physical. I'm moving around, I'm lifting things, I'm very much in a physical environment. I'm also helping people while I do that. Not knocking Ben's job whatsoever, because different people have different jobs that fit them better. But Ben's job requires him sitting down at a desk. My job is usually 12 to 16-hour days.
3 days, 3 to 4 days a week. I do 5.
It rotates. Well, yeah, but what you do in a week, I do in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, so I mean, we work the same number of hours.
Physically, you shouldn't be that tired, is what I'm saying.
Again, what you're not going to do is tell me what should make me tired. You don't live my life. Okay, y'all, I have mad respect for people that work physical jobs. My sister does it, my dad does it, my mom does it. Everybody I know does it. They all have very physical jobs. My brother-in-law does very physical, very long shifts, and I have not taken that away at all. But what I don't want to do is say, oh, I do this so you don't have a right to be upset about what you do. Because that gets on my damn nerves. Like, we're not playing the Olympics of, oh, I'm going to play tit for tat on who does what when. If you got an office job, you know what it's like being in an office 40 hours a week. And that's that on that. Liberals. Bye. Anyway, are you going to do this meme or what?
Moving on. So, we've come to the part of our show where we are going to give you our weekly meme. So, our weekly meme is not a traditional meme in the sense that it is a picture with, little meme rhetoric or words written on it. Our meme is actually a kind of thing that we do in our relationship that we've been doing since we've known each other.
Like a joke or
it's like a running weekly
banter.
Joke. And I come up with a new one every week. So I thought, why not share with you guys? Because I thought you would appreciate it and you'd really like it.
They're fun.
So, this week's weekly meme.
Lord.
Is
What is this weekly meme?
One of my personal favorites.
What is it?
Came to me during a day at work when I used to work at a call center. And I was like, this shit is evil. It is the lowest of the low. It is scum. It is the devil.
And there it is.
And there it is.
And thus the meme was born.
The devil.
And ever since then, we've had a meme. But we still use that meme.
Yeah. I mean, and this meme is fully versatile. You can sing it. You can say it. You can whisper it. You can roll your eyes with it. I mean, it helps me to express my frustration with day-to-day circumstances. And hopefully now it'll help you to express your frustration on day-to-day circumstances.
Me, I be clocking in the damn devil. The devil.
Indeed.
That's the devil. And that's just how I do it. I say it, and I say it with disdain a little bit. You can put a little stank on me. Be like, the devil.
A little stank.
Mm-hmm. You can't just be the devil. Be like, the devil.
Yeah, you do got to put some funk into it.
Mm-hmm.
The
You
whole
can't just be
funk
like the
ain't
devil.
nothing but the funk. So help me God.
I wish our president would ask God for help, but
I can't stand you.
Anyway.
So if you've watched our video this long,
Thank you.
we appreciate you.
We sure do.
We sure do appreciate you.
We sure do appreciate you.
But unfortunately, we gotta go.
I'm hot in this jacket, y'all. It's hot in this room, but I do it for the aesthetic. It's
Yeah.
hot.
So we've reached the end of our show, and today's show is Friday, and so that means that you're getting my wonderful weekly advice. If you come into situations this week that piss you off, make you angry, or make you want to kill yourself, because sometimes we want to do that. But that's also more of a white thing, because black people don't really want to kill us. Even though we do a lot of bullshit, we don't want to really kill us. Anyway. I encourage you this week to be kind to others. My advice to you is to make smart decisions in all that you do, no matter what you do. Meaning, if your boss is giving you shit, if your kids are driving you crazy, or if your ex keeps texting you at 2 a.m. because they want some and they can't get none. To be kind. That means tell your ex, I sure do appreciate you, but I don't want none, and you can't get none. That means telling your boss, Larry, I'm gonna finish these papers, but I'm gonna need you to give me a minute, because, I ain't playing with you, Larry. That means telling your children, sit your mother... Please sit down, guys. I need a break. Thank you. And that's my advice of the week.
All right. Pretty sound.
I like to think so. Well, If you want to watch for more YouTube content, make sure you click down below, subscribe, like, share our page, and we will see you next week, wild animals. Peace.